Hey guys, in this video we're going to be checking out the AirSelfie. It's another little micro selfie drone. It's got these tiny brushless motors and it comes with a small 1080p camera. Also takes 5 megapixel photos. There's a 4 gigabyte micro SD card inside here which is not removable. It maintains its position using optical flow and an ultrasound sensor on the bottom here. And you got your on-off button on the bottom. There is a small USB port in the back here you can plug into your computer to take your photos and video off, and also for charging. Doesn't come with a whole lot. I got the basic version. There is also a version that comes with a power bank and also a power bank case that connects to your iPhone, or I believe it's an iPhone 6 or 7. My version just came with a USB charging cable. You get a manual and you get some spare props. So looking at the size of this thing, it's about the size of my phone. Actually, it's smaller than the size of my phone. I have a Samsung Galaxy Note 5 here. You can see that it fits totally over the bottom portion of it. Very, very tiny. It only weighs about, I think about 60 grams. Now to control it, you do need to download an app from the Play Store or the App Store on iOS. And it's controlled via Wi-Fi. So I'll show you how to connect to the drone. You have to first turn it on, get 2 tones, then you go to your phone, then go to your Wi-Fi settings. You want to connect to the hotspot called AirSelfie, and then the password is going to be this jumbled characters at the end here. I've already put in my password, so I'll connect. You want to launch the AirSelfie app, and then there's a few different control modes. There's selfie mode or beginner mode. That's where you have the camera pointing at you, and we'll just go in there and you can see that we have the camera pointing at the window there. Basic controls here: left, right, and up and down, altitude and yaw controls. That's about it. You would slide to take off, and then you have an emergency stop button here in the corner. And then this button here starts and stops your video. If you want to take a photo, you tap the screen and it'll take a photo. There's another mode called Selfie Motion Control Mode. Basically, you use the gyro in the phone to tilt and move the drone around. And the last control mode is Standard Control Mode. In this particular case, you have virtual joysticks on the screen, and in this case, you want to point the camera away from you, like a regular drone, and then you can control the drone using the virtual joysticks. So there's no GPS in this drone. It's just maintaining position by looking at the ground using the optical flow sensor and ultrasound sensor. So it does tend to drift around quite a bit, and if you're in outdoor conditions and if it's windy, it will basically drift pretty far. And you'll see that. I'll do a little bit of flight demo and you'll see that here in a minute, and I'll talk about that in a second. So it's really meant for flying indoors. Now the camera, it is HD, 1080p, 30 frames per second, but the bitrate's pretty low. I think of under 10, maybe 8 to 10 megabits. So the quality of the video is so-so, and the camera has got a very narrow field of view. So you basically have to toss the drone and then kind of step away, step back. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very zoomed in on whatever you're videoing. Okay, so go ahead and I'll give this a flight demo and we'll capture some photos and video. Let's take a look what it looks like. So here I'm trying to fly it outside. There's a little bit of a breeze. It's not too bad, but you can see right away the very small amount of breeze just takes the AirSelfie away from me, and it's kind of hard to control. I'm trying to keep myself in frame here, but all I'm getting is the car, and then the wind kind of dies down here, and I'm actually bringing it towards me again, and then it picks up again and goes away. I'm not sure if these optical flow sensors are working all that great, because I should be able to see the ground and try and maintain position, but it doesn't seem like it's maintaining position much at all. And it does make the video footage quite shaky and unstable. As you can see, it's got that sort of zoomed in field of view. You can see how narrow it is compared to the Runcam 3 that I'm filming on my head. And here's a little bit of footage also from outside. Just a little bit of wind, and in this particular instance I'm using the virtual joysticks and trying to see if I have better control using that method versus the selfie method, and it seems like it's a little bit easier to control, but as you can see, the video is still quite shaky. And here I'm at some soccer fields, and I'm actually trying to fly the AirSelfie kind of higher up, get like a little bit of a sort of a field of view of the area. A little bit of wind at this time, and it seems to be okay. Obviously, it's still bouncing around, still shaky. But about at this point, I get a Wi-Fi weak warning on my phone, and then all of a sudden it just starts to dart off. I think what happened was I actually lost control, and at that point the wind, the little bit of breeze that there was there, just started to take it away, and there it goes. And this is the little bit of wind, and it's just going all the way down to the other side of the field here. And I for some reason I regained control at this point, it looked like. So I tried to bring it back, but then I lost control again, and I think I eventually crashed here in the grass. There was no damage, but I think that trying to use something like this outside, it's so light and hard to control and has very limited range. Probably I would stick to using this indoors only. Okay, so here I'm flying it indoors, and you can see here that the AirSelfie is a lot more stable. The video footage also looks a lot more stable. It's still a little bit shaky, but I'm able to control it a lot better. And I think, having it over like carpet or something like that with a little bit of texture where you can kind of differentiate things is probably how the optical flow sensor is working. And something here happened is that the video stopped for some reason. I'm not sure why. At this point I got a low battery warning, and I gotta tell you, the flight times on this are not that good. I was getting about 1.5 to 2 minutes per flight. I think just to get this review video out, I probably did about 20 flights just to get some usable footage. It does take a lot of trial and error to get this to produce content. And here is a photo that I took with the AirSelfie. The downside of the photos is that it puts a watermark in the lower right hand corner, and so I didn't really bother to take any more photos. The photo quality was kind of so-so. You can see here, because it's flying, the video is shaky, so the photo is kind of blurry. So my overall recommendation on this product is I think I would probably wait. Maybe they'll come up with some firmware updates to fix the flight characteristics. The video quality is okay, so-so, but in order to get video, it's quite an exercise in frustration. You can't use this outside. Probably in a larger indoor space it could be usable. I just don't have any large indoor spaces where there's no wind to actually properly fly this. Perhaps if that was the case, I would be able to get some better video. But in my particular instance, I was not. Anyway, I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.